Hello, everyone. I'm Rachel Tessman from stampyourartout.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota in the US, and I'm here to bring you my live paper crafting class. You may hear a little difference in my voice than I normally have because I have a cold. I'm fighting a cold. That's what happens when all these things happen at once, right? When we get really, really busy. My son just graduated high school, had his ceremony on Monday night. And then this weekend, we're supposed to be throwing his party. He also is in a competition for bodybuilding this weekend. So it's a lot happening at once. And I think my body's like saying, slow down, slow down. But I've had it for 4 days and it's going away slowly but surely. I'm fighting it off, but you'll just hear a little congestion in the voice. So I hope you are all well. A lot of you are reporting on weather today. Some of you are cloudy and rainy where you're at. We are, just like Karen said, we're experiencing some great weather here in the Twin Cities. It rained yesterday and last night. I think it rained last night, but we are in for a streak of really nice weather for a while. I'm crossing my fingers it will last through the weekend. And Virginia was saying that she's busy too. I hear you. Some weeks are like that, right? We just get really busy. Okay, so, and yay for, I think it was Paulette and who else was it that said this? Bonnie, you must not typically come live. Maybe sometimes you guys are here after the live. I know your names, but yay that you're live if that's rare for you, because it's tough to always show up for the actual live. If you're watching after the live, comment away, you guys. I'd love to hear how you're doing. Love to hear your questions that you might have, weather that's going on in your world. But anyways, it is June 5th, 2024 as I'm coming to you live. It's 11 a.m. Central Time, and today is Blog Hop Day. So I am teaming up with those people in our All-Star group. We are a group of 12 demonstrators from all around the world, and we team up every month and create exclusive project ideas that we put out there for kind of like helping out our teams and giving incentives for our customers. And we also sell these video class bundles. But every month we also create a second project, and that's what you're seeing today. In fact, when the Blog Hop goes live today at 5 p.m. Central Time, which is 6 hours from now, you're going to be able to click on the link that's in the description of the YouTube video right now, and I will transfer it over to Facebook after the live is done. But you'll be able to click on that link, and you'll be able to see by clicking on the names of the different bloggers, you'll be able to hop from blog to blog and see all the different projects that they came up with using the same products. We are featuring the Take to the Sky suite this month. It's a really handsome and fantastic suite. It's got that masculine little twist to it, which is sometimes hard to find in our paper crafting products, but this is a fantastic suite for anybody who likes flight or airplanes or just, the sky kind of thing. It's a really fun suite. Let me show it to you. And while I am bringing my screens into play here, I want to introduce you. If you do not know, Trisha Joseph, she's my moderator on YouTube, and Lisa Marshall is my moderator on Facebook. They are here to answer questions while the live is going on because I cannot focus on questions when the live happens, or I get distracted very easily. So they're there to help you out. This is the suite, and it is featured on pages 36 through 37 of our current/new annual catalog that was just released in May. But you can also find these products online. So if you go to my website at stampyourartout.com, you'll be able to click the shop button, and from there you can go and search out the store and see all kinds of fun products. But also, in the description of the YouTube video already, we have links to the products I'm going to be sharing with you today, so you don't have to go too far to search for how to get to those. But yes, we're going to focus on this suite for this month, and again, make sure that you visit back for the Blog Hop. I'm going to be using every single one of the products in the suite for the card I'm sharing today. It's a tulip fold, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, okay? It looks like this. Now, it's very similar to the Grad cap fold. I'm going to show you the Grad cap. I have to grab it out of my cupboard here. But the Grad cap has the same angled folds, but just in different places. So I'm actually going to make both folds for you using the designer paper, and then you can see the difference. And yeah, and this is how it opens. Isn't that cool? It's a wowzer. It's like an explosion, if you've ever done explosion type cards. And then I've got the trinkets here, the industrial trinkets set up so that it helps to keep the card closed. So I'm going to show you how to make that. Let's introduce to you the products that are in the suite. By the way, I oftentimes forget to mention this, but I have a list of favorite things. So if you ever visit my website at stampyourartout.com, you can click on Shop and go to My Favorite Extras. And in there, you can see things like the magnetic sheets that I store my dies on, the little sleeves that I put my dies into. So the precision tip bottle that I love to use, that kind of thing. Even like a lot of the Country Hive products, stamp and storage products, the stuff that I have behind me. So if you're looking for that stuff, it's usually there. If not, reach out to me. So these are the dies, and they coordinate with the stamps. Okay, let me get this off the screen there so you can see it better. You can see that there's a lot of images in the set, and those images can be die cut from the coordinating dies. And then we have some extra images that are always like more detailed, right? So we have these two pieces plus this, they make up the plane. Without stamping, you can create a plane. And then we've also got this piece here and this piece, and they create kind of like a trailing banner that comes off the airplane. So we'll actually be using these. I'm going to pull these aside for right now. And then from the stamp set, we're going to be using a couple sentiments. And I could use more, but I didn't this time. Oh, no, we're going to use a plane too. We're going to actually color in a plane. So we're going to take our little small guy here and peel him up and out. And then I'm also using the Father's Day sentiment. And this one I love. I think that's very clever. You're just the best, plain and simple. So those are the stamp the images that we'll be using from the set. The people that are in this all-star group are so gosh darn creative. I'm always in awe of what they make. So I hope that you come back and check out the blog post again at 5 p.m. Central Time. These are the extras, the accessory type things that come in the suite. So we have our designer paper and we have our trinkets. Let me show you the trinkets first. You got to peek at them on the card. This is what they look like. And you could use two different sides, but I have to tell you that this side here is a little rounded, so it's actually probably going to stick up a little funny on your card if you do that, but that is the side that is meant to show. But look at how pretty the back side is. Like, use it if you want, right? So those are the trinkets. You glue them on with glue dots. And then these are the designer papers. And the designer paper colors are boho blue, copper clay, mossy meadow, night of navy, and smoky slate. So let's take a peek at them. I have 6 of the sheets. You do get 12, so you get twice as many as you see here, and they're all double-sided. Okay, all the papers are 12 by 12, double-sided. So we have this one, lots of little airplanes on it, and the back side of that. We have this one, and the back side, or the front side, I don't know. Back or front, right? Then we have this one, which just looks like texture. And that side. Good morning, Gail. And then we have like little drawn planes, kind of like this one here, right? Only in navy. So that one. And then this. And then we have that one, which I'm using. So I'm going to pull that one aside with the clouds on the back side. And then this one, which has a map. But on this side, you have all of these pieces that you can cut out and use for making cards or making layers. And I actually took one of the pieces, sections from this piece here, to make a front panel on the card we're doing. Now, if you run out of this, you can either buy more paper or you can take and, stamp some clouds, because the cloud image does come. There's 3 different images in the stamp set. So let's take and set these off to the side. And actually, let's start with the Big Boss, since we have our screen still zoomed out a bit, we're going to cut. We're going to do some cutting, and then I'm going to show you the measurement and supply sheet. So I'm going to pull that up right now on my computer so I don't forget to share that with you. So I've got some little Post-it flags here. Those are going to help me to hold my dies down onto my pieces. This is silver foil. We have silver foil back. It's a little more on the matte side, but it's all silver. So you don't have the purple colors in there. If you guys are, missing out on just silver, we have just silver. This is copper clay. It's a beautiful, rich, brownish, reddish brownish color. And we're going to die cut the airplane in the outline, I should say, with the silver, like that. And then we're going to die cut the body of the plane with the copper clay. Looks like we fit it in there just... It's really tight, but we got it, right? Okay, so those are in there. That's why I'm using the Post-it flags, because I'm using my scraps wisely, right? Okay, and then I do have this little propeller image, but you can see you get two of them. So I already have one that is cut from when I made the other one, so that's off to the side here. I did my nails, you guys. I did them yesterday. Again with the Madame Glam stuff because of the party coming up. So I love a French manicure. That is my favorite. Just, it's so basic and pretty, and right. So I did my nails. I'm so excited. I love the Madame Glam stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna put that off to the side here. And after you've rolled that through, and here is the way that you layer them: 1, 2, and then a cutting mat. Your paper, the dies, and then another cutting mat. So if you're new to paper crafting, that's how you cut out using the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Guess what? The Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and the little ones, so the Big Boss and, the Big Boss and the Little Bosses are on sale this month, you guys, starting today. Today is June 5th, yep. So starting today, there we go. Grab that. Starting today, you can get 10% savings on the mini bosses or the Big Boss. That's not the names. Those aren't the official names. Sorry. Those are nicknames that a lot of us give to the machines. They're called Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines. This one is the main one I use all the time because I know it's going to fit whatever dies and whatever embossing folders I want to use. But the mini boss is nice because you can take and travel with it. You can go on, like retreats and stuff like that. Now I'm just going to put that stuff off to the side because we don't need it. Let me show you the mini boss. We have it in 2 colors. You can get it in the white or the blue. The boho blue is so cute. So just know that those are on sale starting today. All right, I told you I was going to take you to my my desktop so that you can see the PDF. This is the PDF that you'll be able to access when the blog post goes live today at 5 p.m. Central Time. So again, in a little under 6 hours, you can click on that link that is in the description of the video, and you'll be able to go over there, see close-up photos of the project. You'll be able to click on a downloadable, like you'll be able to get this. So you click on that, and then you have a little reference sheet. This does not give written directions, but it gives you enough detail to help you to find that blog post again or that video again so that you can get instructions. Sometimes the photos are all you need to remind you of how to put it together again. Sometimes I can give directions enough in the measurements for you to help, but you might have to come back to this video because this one was going to be a hard one to describe for the scoring directions on the main base. So I'll teach you that soon. But take the Sky Designer paper, basic white, night of navy, and silver foil are the, and copper clay are the papers that you'll use, the consumables. And then underneath here you can see you can click on them. So the hand, it turns into a hand. The cursor turns into a hand. That means you can click on them. It will take you to the online store where you can shop those products, okay? You've also got the date and the title so that you can easily find that information again. So hopefully that will help you out. Let's go back to my desktop now. So the little bus. It is so cute, isn't it? I know. It's so adorable. Okay, so let's grab some of our tools and get going on this card base. You need 6-inch paper. So from your 12 by 12 designer paper, you're obviously going to get to make 2 cards if you want to, right? So we're cutting it in half. And that is why, so if you can get 2 from this sheet, remember the sheet that had all those little parts and pieces that you fussy cut out? Well, you can get 2 from that one section, because there's this and then there's another piece on top, which I already used on that card. So there's the full piece, right? So you can get 2 from every sheet. So you could technically make 4 cards from one pack if you wanted to replicate this card in the exact same way I did it, okay? So we're going to do two different folds here. We're going to review last week's fold. So that was the grad cap. So this is not the fold that you want to do for this card. It's just the opposite fold. It's the grad cap fold, okay? For that one, you're going to score in the middle, okay? You're going to score at 6 inches. And then you're going to take and make a little mark at the 3 inches. I'll grab a pencil here. Do I have one? I think this is sharp enough. It might not be. I might have to, yep, we'll have to just open this up. So we're going to make a little mark here and trust that I'm doing it in the exact spot I should be. Make a little mark here, and then we flip it around and we do again at 3 inches. Make a little mark and make a little mark. And then what we do is we do some diagonal folds. Do you remember this, you guys? The grad cap card? Okay, and I'm doing this on purpose because I don't know if you've noticed, on Instagram, I'm trying to figure out how to do reels, and I'm getting better at them. But after these videos are done, then I make a reel to go with it, and I'm so excited. So this is actually going to help with the reel. So there we have that fold, and then we have this one connected with that one. It's going to be like a comparison, showing how relatable these 2 folds are. So you've got your scores 1, 2, 3, right? Let's just continue on with this one and we won't get confused, right? If we just keep going with this. So let's go ahead and fold it, and fold it, and fold it. Oops, like that. Okay, so those are the creases. I'm actually going to score that one that way. Nope, I want to fold it the opposite way. This one's going to go that way, this way, and this way, because we want the clouds to be on the inside. Okay, so now we have that. Now we're going to keep this all pressed flat like that. We're going to make, actually we don't need to make a mark. Remember, if you remember last week, this size actually goes right up to the 4 1/4 inch spot here. If we take our square corner, we can put it right up to that 4 1/4 inch mark. So perfect, it's so amazing. And we cut. And then we turn it 4 1/4 inches and we cut. And we have the perfect square, and this is what that fold looked like, right? Now let's make the fold, the tulip fold, which is what you need for this card. So instead of, and I got my stamps sticking to my paper because I haven't put them on my clear blocks yet. Okay, so instead of scoring here in the middle, we're going to score at 3 inches. And at 3 inches. Okay. And then we're going to do some folding just with our hands because it's a little bit easier that way. And we're going to go corner up. Okay, so I'm bringing this corner and this edge to meet up here. And go like that. Am I too zoomed out? I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. Okay. So everything, and you want to go as accurate as possible when you're doing this. Got that, and let's use our bone folder to give it a good crease. And then we're going to open it, and we're going to go this way. So you can see how it's similar, right? Because you've got your whole diagonal folds going the same way, only in a different spot on the card. We're almost there. All right, there we go. Okay, now you're going to do that with the other side. So you've got that fold going here through the middle plus the two diagonals. You have that on the side instead of in the center. See how they're the same? Okay, now let's do that over here. You're going to fold it. And again, this one might be easier just because you get to do these folds by hand and not worry about measurements on the trimmer and stuff, right? And folding paper is like so therapeutic. I love origami. It's so nice to just take and make something from a flat sheet of paper, isn't it? Okay, so there we have that fold, and I'm just gonna crease that going that way. We have our clouds on the inside, which is where we want them. Now, if you wanted your clouds on the outside, you're just gonna make your folds go the opposite way. All right, so you just take, and instead of going this way with that straight line crease, you go that way. And instead of going this way, you go that way. Do you know what I mean? And it's okay to change your mind after you've started folding the paper. You can say, wait a minute, I think I'm gonna go the other way. You can totally do that. Remember the Grad cap last week? We made it so it opened up this way. And then I showed you another piece of designer paper that was retired, but I had cut it this way, landscape, right? And then I'm like, oh wait, you can also do the Grad cap that way. So just remember that your fold can go either direction, just like this one. It could open up and down. So if you take some designer paper, it's maybe not the same one that I'm doing, and you accidentally cut the wrong way, just turn your card around. Just flip it 90 degrees. Okay, so we have our card base ready to go. I'm just going to put something on top of that. And then we need to stamp and color. So I've got some layers here. This is our basic white, and we have our Night of Navy, 2 of the pieces, and then our designer papers. So this is how they're going to layer for our outside and our inside. For this one here, we're going to stamp and color. For this one, we're going to stamp. Let's go ahead and add that to our base. I'm using seal adhesive, but if you're not a fan of seal adhesive, as we discovered in a Facebook post, a lot of you love the multi-purpose liquid glue. Use the glue if you want to. Just take and go lightly. So, yep, do that if you'd like. In fact, on this one here, because I have 2 sides that are the same, I'm going to stamp first before I add it to my card base. So let's mount our stamps. We have our dirty blocks. Happy Father's Day. And then we have our airplane. And for our front sentiment, we have our You're the Best. Okay, and you'll see, again, if you're new to my videos, this is another tip that I typically share, mounting your stamps diagonally so that you're not focused on the edges of your block when you're stamping. You're looking at the stamp itself. Okay, so on this one, we can go ahead and stamp directly down, and I need my Night of Navy ink for that. This is the coordinating color that goes with the cardstock. And we're going to stamp our You're the Best. We're going to position that up in the upper left, okay? So let me get that so that there's nothing underneath it to create any bumps. And we're going to stamp that just like this. I think this is so cute. You're the best, plain and simple. It's just so funny. It's punny. Okay, so there's that piece. Here's our plane that we need to put together, so we'll set that over there with that. And then we need to stamp on this with our happiest Father's Day and our airplane. Now, when I was creating this card, I don't know what happened to my brain, but I stamped so that it was like this, because that's what you normally do, right? So I had my sentiment, I had my airplane, and then I went to put it in my card, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. You have to put it on there in a diamond shape, okay? So let's, oh, thanks, Tangi. She started following me on Instagram. Thank you so much. So what you want to do is you want to use your grid paper. That's often the thing that helps. And you're going to put your point, your lower point and your upper point on your grid paper like this. And that will help this to look upright, right? It's definitely going up and down now. And all of these lines are what you can use your peripheral vision for so that you can place your stamps on here correctly. We're going to have an airplane in the middle, and that one we're doing with the copper clay ink, like this. Okay, we're going to stamp that in the middle. I think I placed it smack dab in the middle too. Yeah, I did. Okay, so that's going to go right here. And then we did the Happiest Father's Day in the Night of Navy ink, and that's going right above, like that. All right, we'll set all of these stamps aside so we don't get ink anywhere. Okay, now we get to color. And you could, those of you that are paper crafters know that you can use this ink with like paintbrushes or blender pens or whatever if you want to, so that you don't have to invest in markers or blends markers. But I love the colored pencils and I wanted to bring them back. So I'm using the colored pencils. We are not going to do any watercoloring with this because this ink here is water-based. And if we were to then take the blender pen or a watercolor brush or something to kind of wet the pencil afterwards, because you can do that. These are water soluble. They can be blended like a watercolor look. But if you do that, then the outline ink is going to smear. So you'd want to use something that isn't water-based for your outline. But I'm not going to do that. You have lots of color choices, as you can see, and they are listed on the back side of the packet. Also in the online store, you can see the listing of the colors that are included. We don't have a copper clay, but I believe I used Cajun Craze, or maybe it could have been Pecan Pie, but I think it was Cajun Craze. So Cajun Craze, which is kind of like a lighter version of copper clay. That one I used from here, because you want to have both packs. And then the one that I used from here is the basic gray. So we'll just pull those two out. There's even a white. So if you wanted to color onto darker cardstock, have like just color on it, you can use basic white watercolor pencils to do that. So now let's go ahead and color on the inside of the plane. And I think what I did is I just started at the bottom and pressed nice and thick to get a nice deep, rich, bright orangey color there. Okay, a coppery color. Okay, I knew I was going to have to cough at least once during this, hopefully no more. And then as I come up, I'm going to get a little softer in color because the sun is shining on the top of the plane. And so this color is going to get lighter and lighter as I go upward. So I'm just softening my pressure that I'm using with my pencil. And then we also have the wing out here that is behind the, I was going to color that in gray. Oh well. Okay, so we'll do these bottom ones in the Cajun Craze, and the top one, we'll just add some gray in there. Or because I just smeared some ink on there, let's do this all again. Did you see that, you guys? Where did that come from? It's okay. It's okay. We're relaxed today because Rachel has a cold. So she's moving a little slower than she normally does. We've got our inks and we're going to stamp our plane. Let's just get this lined up on the same vertical path on our grid paper. Stamp our plane and stamp our words. Are you guys cracking up? I hope you're cracking up on your end because I am laughing even more inside. I cannot believe that. I think I did it kind of on purpose. I don't know, maybe. Let's just make sure. Let's grab a Kleenex because I have plenty of them nearby. Make sure that our fingers are clean here. Let's start that again. The base of the plane is nice and deep in color, and as it comes up, you lighten. And you can even leave some white spots if you want to, so that it looks like a reflection. And then we're going to come in with the gray color. Same thing, where you want to deepen in some spots, but keep it whitish or lighter in others. And I'm following the shading that's on the actual stamp image. because I think that that helps you to demonstrate where where your emphasis of your light and dark should be. We're going to get some water. Or we might be on a coughing fit the whole time, so. Okay, I'm better. Here we go. And then we're going to go underneath and do the same thing here. I may have to ask my son, who just woke up, to get me more water. Hang in there, you guys. It will go. It will pass. We are definitely ingesting lots of water these last few days. Okay, we're done. Let's take this and mount this. Again, if you're a multi-purpose liquid glue fan, maybe that's what you want to use. Then you just want to make sure you go light, because it does come out even without a lot of pressure. So you could do glue instead. And with glue, you have wiggle room. So if you don't get it in the right spot right away, you can wiggle it until it's right in place. I think that's another benefit that a lot of people love about the glue. And now let's open this up. Make sure your clouds are going in the right direction. In fact, if you have a directional paper, you'll want to probably add your layers to that section first. Like if I had direction on the outside, I'd probably want to make sure, you know, that that's going the right way and add my layers there. But let's just go ahead and add this to the inside. You might as well use the glue again. It's a good thing you guys can't catch this through the video. Okay. And we'll add that to the inside of the card. Hey, Nick. He might not be down here anymore. He could have gone outside. There's the inside. And the outside is where we add our plain and simple layer. So let's put our plain together. Now, if you look at this, you got your wheels, they line up together. The front of the plane lines up, and the back wing area here. The rest of the stuff kind of comes off of it. So we're going to use that trick that a lot of you saw a few videos ago, where you take a Post-it note, and you know what? I have one left on this sheet. Okay, we're going to tear this. Okay. So we are laying this all down like this, and then we're going to go on the back side here and add a little Post-it note to that spot and a Post-it note here. And I think I'll be smart enough not to put any glue up here, but look at that. Now that tells you, oh, see, I need a bigger Post-it note. Oh, I need helpers here today, you guys. Okay, let's try this again. Hang on. Okay. Trisha, you can come over, right? She doesn't live far from me, but far enough. And she's probably still at work. Okay, we're sticking that on there. Now we're moving that piece away without affecting our Post-it notes. Okay, so you got the Post-it notes on there, and that will help you to know where not to put the glue. And now I'm going to move to the precision tip bottle, because that is a little more accurate as far as where you're going to add glue. It comes out slower, and we can add a little bit of glue through here. And if I had my reading glasses on, I'd be able to see. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's coming out just a little bit. Put a little bit here. Put a little bit along the wheels. You get a very fine line of glue when you are using the precision tip bottle. This is one of those things that you can find in my favorite extras in my website at stampyourartout.com. Okay, so we've got glue pretty much everywhere except these really, really skinny. Oh, and I did it. Good job, Rachel. Okay, so then what you can do is just take this guy and leave it upside down and line it all up. Might as well, right? Then we won't lose those Post-it notes. Connect it all together, pull these guys away. Make sure it's lined up. That looks pretty gosh darn good. Yay. And then we just put a little bit of glue here. And that is for this guy. And I really liked having it angled this direction. I'm not sure why. It just seemed to fit there. Aw, thanks, Brandy. Thank you. All right. Where not to put glue. That's right, Tangi. Okay, so now we've got this plain drying and Rachel coughing. Now we're going to add this piece, and this piece is going to go in the middle. So we want to make sure this is straight up and down again. Grid paper is going to help. We're going to add that in the middle, but we're going to hike it up just a little bit so that we have room for our plain down here. So you can see it's like 1/4 of an inch away here, but it's like 3/4 of an inch away here. And we also have these wonderful lines on this designer paper that kind of show us where to go. So as long as we kind of stay between certain lines, it looks pretty centered, doesn't it? So we want to put adhesive on the back side of this piece here and on this part right here. And this, if my adhesive would come out. Okay, we're moving to the glue again, guys, because my adhesive isn't working on me. All right, so this right along here is going to be nice and safe so that we know that we're not going too far with adhesive from the back side of this. So you don't have to go in too far as long as you have a little section right there. We'll lay this down. The cold will be gone next week. I promise. I know, Bren, I know, but it's hard to slow down when all these things are happening at once. And of course, you know, you want to make sure that it's all an absolute wonderful week for the graduate. Okay, so here we have that. We're going to flip it over and we're going to put some dimensionals on here. And the dimensionals, let's see, let's just check. Might have to do that adhesive trick again. The dimensionals cannot go below here, which we probably wouldn't put there anyways, but I could put one here. I could put one here because this is all connected to this front layer, right? I can put one here. I can even put like a half of a one, half of a one, half one, a half of one right there. A half of a dimensional. Okay, we have our pieces on there. Get that Post-it note out of the way because we didn't really need it. And then we'll angle this going up and away. It's flying off the card. So cool. We need our trinkets on here. Our trinkets are where the glue dots come in. So for the glue dots, we're going to take one of our glue dots and our take your pick tool. Where is it? Here's the next one. We're going to take and fold it over onto itself. So it's like a half a circle shape. Okay? And then we're going to add it, sorry, just opening up my tray here. We're going to add it where we want our trinket to be, right about there. So there's where we're going to lay down our half circle. And we're using glue dots instead of glue because glue doesn't really work with like metal embellishments. And glue dots are thick, so they raise up just a little bit. And we want to have most of our trinket off onto the designer paper part, but a little of it overlapping the edge of that layer. So you can see it's already holding it in place, but all we have to do is just kind of angle to pull it aside. So we'll do that with the other one. We're going to fold a glue dot in half. You may have to like roll it, but there we go. We have kind of a half one. Figure out where that trinket's going to go and add it right there. I like to lay out the pieces before I add them sometimes because if visually it doesn't look good after you're done, you can't really change it sometimes, right? So lay it out. And then we can put one down here too, just for fun. So you can take and do what everybody does to add glue dots. You just take your item and stick it on there. And as you peel it off, it's already got the glue dots stuck to it, okay? And that'll just go right there. So, opposite fold of the Grad cap, right? Has a totally different look. But it's the same theory. Oops, let's zoom out a bit. It's the same idea, just here's that fold, here's that fold. Okay. So here's the outside, or the inside, and here's the outside of that card. Very fun. I have news to share with you. We have prizes to draw, so don't go away yet. Let me think here. So I do want to mention, because I always forget to, that you can shop again by visiting my website, stampyourartout.com, and then click on a shop button, and it will take you to the online store so you can shop for these products. But if you don't know what these products are that I just used, go to the description in the video or the blog post. If you click on that link at 5 p.m. Central Time or after, you'll be able to see a visual list, a supply list at the bottom of the post, and that will lead you to shopping as well. You can see each item as you click on it, right? If you have a demonstrator or you're a demonstrator yourself, shop on your own, right? Shop through yourself or shop from your demonstrator. Give them some love. I love to share, and you do not need to order from me if you already have somebody that you can order from. But let's see here. What else do I want to tell you about? That's it. Oh, and then also the PDF is clickable. So let's go to news. We have some news. Remember I told you that we have 10% off those machines. That's happening today through the end of June. So you can get in on savings on the machines this month. And then we also have some new kits that got released. They're really cool. You'll want to check them out. You can visit my blog. In fact, here, I'm going to bring you back to my computer screen for just a second so you can see. Oops, hang on. There we go. So on my computer, this is where my website is, stampyourartout.com. If you click on the latest posts, and the latest ones are always in this spot here. So if you click on the latest one, I just posted one this morning. It wasn't sharing a stamping idea, but it was talking about the latest news, the 10% off for the machines, but also the new kits. There they are. Really cool, right? Let's go back, because visually that reminded me that I forgot to mention the other part of this sale. Oh my gosh. The other part of the sale is like even bigger, because you know how bundles, stamp sets, and dies, so you can see them right here. Here's a stamp set that got die cut. Okay, oops, what did I click on? I don't know. Anyways, those items are on sale as well. In fact, let's click on this Shop Today button and see where it takes us. All right, it should take us to the bundle sale. There it is. Any stamp and die bundle that is available in the customer side of the website is on sale. Now, normally they're bundled with a 10% savings. They're going to be 10% off even more this month. So you get 20% savings on bundles, which means you could include that Adventurous Sky bundle I just used, the stamp and dies, right? So there you go. There's a ton of them. Okay, so shop, have fun with that. Also, some new Close to My Heart products were released. If we go to menu and we click on shop products and Close to My Heart, that if you don't know the story behind it, Close to My Heart, there's transitioning going on, and those makers are joining with Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, but there's a transition period that we're in right now, and so we're still offering some Close to My Heart products for those makers and their customers, and there was some new products that were released today for those people. You have to have had a Close to My Heart account in order to shop those products, though. And then I think the only other thing was me talking about online exclusives, which will be added into the online store next month. So on July 3rd, I need more water, hang on. On July 3rd, Stampin' Up! Is going to be adding new products into the online only offering. It's called Online Exclusives. Basically, they're not in a publication, but you'll be able to order them through the online store or through a demonstrator if you want to. You can call me up and say, Rachel, I don't know, how to get these this way. Will you please help me out? Certainly. So we can pre-order them right now as demonstrators, and demonstrators are shopping today so that they can show them off. And then next month, everybody will be able to order. One of the things that's included in that is the Glass Mat Studio. It's coming back. Yay. So those of you that didn't get the Glass Mat Studio that want to, you can get in on that now. All right. Okay. I'm trying to think. I'm looking to see if there's any questions going on, but we have prizes to do, you guys. So let's take and show off the prizes we had last week. Last week's after live, during the live, last week we had prizes announced during the live, and we had embellishments with a sheet of dimensionals. So if you are a winner from last week, hang on, I'm going to zoom in here. If you were a winner that was drawn last week during the live, you've picked out your embellishments and you got your your sheet of dimensionals that was mailed to you. Two of those winners both contacted me. Yay! We have after live winners. So this is what you see here. These are your choices, you guys. After live winners. I'll call those names out here. Let me set up my computer screen and we are going to reveal them. So Facebook, hang on, there we go. Our after live or during live, because with Facebook we do after live and during live comments in there. Those are included, and it's Sherry Turner. So congratulations, Sherry. You are the winner. Make sure you reach out to me at stampyourartout@comcast.net. Email me at that email address. Otherwise, I have a hard time finding people. So I wait for you to reach out to me. And then you can redeem your prize. If you live outside the US, I can't mail you a physical prize, but I can email you a tutorial. And on that note, if you'd rather have a tutorial bundle, you can do that instead. From YouTube after live commenters, we have, and I'm going to say the name correctly because I cannot tell you how many times I practiced this, Cynthia Tuksinski. I think I did it. Cynthia Tuksinski 9491, you are the Afterlive winner. So you guys make sure that you reach out to me. Again, there's my email address, stampyourartout@comcast.net. I want to bring you back to the computer because I want to announce what the prize is this time. So let's go back. Okay. When you're on my blog, Stamp Your Art Out, you can click on the shop button. Here's that favorite extras. Remember I told you about that? But if you go even further to tutorials, you can click, it disappeared. You can go to tutorials and you can choose which one you'd like to have for free. Here's the Take to the Sky one that was just released, but you can scroll through and there's pages and pages of them, okay? The prize this week is the tutorial, and you can choose any of them, but I'd recommend the Take to the Sky because it's really awesome. So we're going to wait for Trisha is my name drawer for that. So I'm just going to click away from some of this stuff. I can see that the names are popping through. Now if I can just grab them on my actual iPad. There we go. We did it, Trisha. High five to you through the screen. Good job. Becca Fisher and Tina Adams. You two are the live winners for today's prize, a tutorial of your choice. And it could be a video class bundle too. We just call them video class bundles of the All-Star group. It's the same sort of thing. It's like a tutorial. So reach out to me. Let me know which one you'd like. Email me at stampyourartout@comcast.net. And yay, congrats. Oops, sorry, Heidi. Threw your name up there. There we go. She was saying congrats, but then my email covered up what she said. Congrats to all of you. Next week, I will be live at 11 a.m. Central Time on Wednesday, June 12th. And I think yes, I do have the project planned. I can't remember what it is because there's two of them. I have next week's project and the week after already planned, but I don't know which one I'm doing when. They're fun. You're going to love them. I hope you come back to visit. Trisha and Lisa, thank you so much for all that you did to help out during this video. And thank you all for coming. If you have not already, please click the thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. Share with your friends. Yeah, and visit my website. I hope that you love the ideas that I share every week. I have like 3 posts every week with ideas, not just the things that we share here, but sometimes I don't have a video. Sometimes I just explain directions, okay? So I hope that you visit my website, subscribe to my blog, subscribe to my newsletters. I'd love to have more fun with you. Take care, everybody, and have a great week. And now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.